One day, this will all be a memory, so why the fuck are you rushing through? Hello, hello, hello! It's episode 21 of Bitch You Can. Hi, how are ya? It's nice to have you back. Stop romanticising the hustle and start building a life. I am going to go in on this episode. Just a little warning for you. I'm coming in hot. My energy's refreshed. I had to have a wobble at the weekend. I know I said this in the last episode. Luke had to give my head a wobble last week. But I was in a really clouded space. And at the weekend, both my phones off, no laptop, done. And I honestly feel so recharged, so refreshed. I had an energy cleanse and I feel good. So I'm here to tell you exactly what I learned and what I had to learn and what I needed to hear this fucking weekend. Enough of this fucking hustle culture. It's doing my head in. I used to be about the hustle culture. I actually did a post last week or the week before. I actually am cringing the fact that I used to think posting an hour before my daughter came out my vagina was a flex. Why? Why was I in labour with my baby, literally on the toilet, not sure if I was going to shit myself or the head was coming, and I'm there writing a fucking caption for a before and after picture of a client's lips? Why was I doing that? It wasn't a flex, it was fucking survival mode. Just a little heads up, this is going to be your kick up the arse that you need, darling. So strap yourself in. We all get so caught up in chasing. I know I've said this before, but we really do. And even me, I am guilty of this. I get to a spot where I am like, right, okay, everything's going well, I'm doing well, and like I say, I get motivated by fears or something will happen, or maybe a bit of imposter syndrome will come in, and then the next thing I know, I'm back in a cycle where I am giving. I'm not pouring into my cup, I'm literally drowning, but I'm the one pouring the water in. We're always chasing that next goal, that next win, that next client, that next thing. We do it all the time in every aspect of our life, and we seem to wire ourselves, or we have been wired to believe that being busy equals success, and we have to sell our soul, or we have to be so busy to be successful. Remember, everyone's idea of success is so fucking different anyway, so that's a load of bullshit. Busy doesn't equal success. And this is where we get it twisted. I do find myself, this is me being so open and honest right now, I find myself in this cycle again and again and again. I find myself having the same conversations every few months. And I'm the problem. It's me. Hi, hello, how are ya? I'm the problem where I keep putting myself in these cycles of give, overwhelm, not pouring in my own cup, and feeling I have to be busy and feel I have to get this next thing and I have to do it. And I genuinely believe it's because I'm wired that way, because it comes from that deep, I haven't quite figured it yet. There is some form of trauma response in there, and I'm going to figure it out, and I will report back to you in a few episodes, hopefully. Or maybe it'll take a little bit longer, but we're here for the ride, right? There is something in me, there is some form of trauma response to feeling worthy, feeling good enough. I've been doing this dance for like the last 18 months as I've been growing, but rest I always felt was not, I wasn't worthy of rest, or resting was a negative, or resting meant I was lazy. And I'm really trying to figure out where that's come from. I mean, the where, it is not the fucking be all and end all, right? If I don't know where it come from, then that's fine, but we're going to work on healing it together. But there is some form of trauma response or some form of anxiety. There is something there which I haven't quite cracked fully open yet. But rest, I'm getting a lot better at it. I just bought myself a colouring book and these really nice pens. And oh my God, the pens are so fucking satisfying. Oh, so beautiful the way they bleed on that paper. Delicious. I love it. It's really, really satisfying. So I've been doing that in the evenings, and I'm getting into a routine now of shutting my phone off at a certain time, do some colouring, listening to an audiobook, and just down-regulate myself, and I do feel liberated. But my toxic trait is I will do these things, and then I find myself having a launch, or I find myself taking on more, trying to help more, messaging people. Like, I was literally talking in the DMs to a lady yesterday, and she was like, I'm so grateful that you just took the time to message me. Like, it's really nice. Like, I've never bought anything from you, and you're actually talking to me. And it made me sit and think, yeah, I actually do just talk to people. I can spend 2 hours in my DMs just chatting to people. And it's funny, not recently, but a couple of months ago, when I was on holiday, I had a few people message me. Like, if you follow me or you interact with me, I'll probably start chatting to you, right? And I had a couple of people be like, I don't want anything, nice try, but I'm not buying. And I was like, fucking me, the trust is gone out here. I'm just a honey thanking you for a follow, or just trying to have a conversation with you, just asking about you, because it's nice to connect, no? And yeah, it just really rattled me. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. We're conditioned to believe that burnout will get us to success. We believe we have to sacrifice a lot to get where we need to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I would have preached this, a couple years ago, 18 months ago. And I am a firm believer, as you know from episode 7 or 8, discipline over motivation. So discipline over motivation is everything. You do need to be disciplined, and yes, you might have to sacrifice your 45-minute doom scroll on TikTok that makes you feel depressed every night and do that with something else. But that doesn't mean you have to replace it with answering DMs till 10 p.m. That could be you just replace that piece that isn't serving you, whatever it may be, and you replace it with pouring into your own cup. So you might do self-care, you might do colouring like me, you might listen to a book, you might watch something on Netflix, you might watch a film, listen to a podcast, whatever the fuck you want to do. You might clean if that brings you joy, I don't know. Yes, there is going to have to be some sacrifice, and yes, you do have to build, and of course you do. I've done many a late nights when I've got a launch, or early mornings, of course, but that shouldn't be glorified. And I'm making it my mission to stop glorifying hustle culture, because I honestly just don't feel like it fits anymore, and I don't align with it anymore. Like, through the launch of Activated, yes, I've had a little moment where I did lose myself, but I've pulled myself back out of it. I'm like, nope, even if I'm in an active launch, my phone's still going off at this time and I'm still going to pour into me. I don't have to sell my soul to do this. I know in my heart this event and what I'm pouring my energy into is going to serve so many women, and I truly believe in it, and I know the impact of it. But I shouldn't have to sell my soul and be an empty shell of a person and not enjoy it. And this is the conversation I had with my best friend. She said to me, Aim, you're literally going to get to that event. You're going to do that event. It's going to be incredible. You're going to fucking love it. You thrive off the energy. You're going to be amazing. And then you're going to kick yourself afterwards because you didn't enjoy the journey. And that stuck with me. And I was like, you're fucking right. Why am I not? Like, I was getting so caught up and so stressed. Like, you'll be able to relate to this, right? When you've done anything in your life, you coming up to Black Friday at the minute, you're all fucking stressed about it. I know. Trust me, I know. I've got nearly 40 girls in my group and they're all fucking stressed about it. I know. I was stressed about it last year. I told myself last year, my Black Friday launch, yes, I had a great launch, but I lost myself. This is a classic example. I lost myself and I fucked myself up. I wasn't eating. I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't doing anything for me. I'd get up at 5 and I'd go to bed at 12, and it was constant. I was running on no sleep, no energy, burnout, snapping at my kids, snapping at Luke, snapping at my family, not even talking to my family. I lost myself to that, and I told myself I'd never do it again. So last week when I started to fall back into that same cycle, nah, fuck off. Like, we ain't doing that. We believe staying up later, moving faster, like that's what's going to get us there. But nobody tells you what it fucking costs you. Nobody tells you what this hustle culture costs you. I missed out a lot of time with Nelly as a baby. When I look at Oliver as a baby and Nelly as a baby and how my life was different, I missed out on a lot of key moments with Nels as a baby, because I was in that hustle mindset, and I'm never going to get that time back. That's all I ever wanted, was to have all I've ever wanted really is to have a slow life and to enjoy my time with my family. Like this weekend, not being on my phone and doing really beautiful things with my family, with my kids, with Luke, and enjoying their time and just being present really made me wake the fuck up and go, what are you doing? What are you doing, darling? Who are you trying to prove to? Who are you trying to prove this to? What are you trying to do? Because you're just going a million miles an hour, but it's costing you a lot, because I'm missing out on a lot of time right now because I am being a slave to my business. And I know a lot of you will feel the same. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, I dip in and out of this hustle culture, but it's time to stop it now. Like, it is time that we all openly speak about it, because we all fucking feel this and nobody fucking talks about it. We all feel this. We all feel we got to keep up. Keep up with who? Keep up with who? And why? What do you mean? Like I said last week, this whole social media in the palm of your hand, it has a dark side, and you just feel like you're forever on the hamster wheel, running for what? For what? Because you're missing out everything that you want to have, and you're missing out on everything you want to achieve. Like, even if you're not someone who has a family, and, you know, maybe it's other things, or you're someone who, you know what, I'm doing this because I want to buy myself the range on the drive, or because I want to buy that bag, or I want to go to fucking Dubai or whatever. Even when you do those things and you book that flight, you buy that car, you know, you get that bag, whatever, I bet you don't feel that satisfaction, right? Honestly speaking, I've always thought rest is a sign of weakness, but it's not. Self-love is the highest form of discipline you could ever practice. So when I say discipline over motivation, self-love is a big fucking part of that. You have nothing without discipline, and you have nothing without pouring into you. Discipline is what gets you out of bed in the morning, even when you don't want to. Discipline's what gets you in the gym when you don't want to. Discipline's what makes you go and follow up all your leads when you don't want to. Motivation dips in and out when she fucking feels like it, or depending on what part of your cycle you're in. You cannot be disciplined if you don't pour into you. How can you live your dream fucking life? Whatever your dream life looks like, whatever it looks like, regardless if you are a workaholic and you fucking thrive off it and you actually enjoy it and you actually love it, but I'm yet to meet somebody who actually loves it. I have had conversations with big fucking names within aesthetics. Behind the scenes, none of them actually want that. They all want a slow life. Everybody does. It's part of our nature. But even if you're someone who's thriving off jet setting here, there and everywhere, and you love that, how can you live your dream life if you're fucking sprinting through it because you keep moving the goalposts, because you keep wanting to fucking move? How can you fucking do that? So this is a part I'm going to get a bit deep with you all. I was sat at the dinner table Sunday night, I think, and Oliver, my son, so he's 6, and he recently, right, don't get any ideas, guys, recently keeps asking me for another baby, and no, darling, no thank you. I have 2, and I'm so fucking blessed. I'm so blessed that I have 2 children. At one point in my life, I didn't think I'd be having any kids. It just wasn't working for us. The fact I've got 2 healthy, beautiful babies, it just means the world to me, and because at one point in my life, that's all I ever wanted. I fucking didn't care if I had to sell a kidney. All I wanted was a baby. So the fact that I have 2, I'm so grateful for. But he keeps asking me, and he's like, I want a boy. And I'm like, oh, no, darling. No. Thank you, but no thank you. You and your sister is plenty for me. He was at the dinner table, and he basically said, why did you get a boy and a girl? I want a brother next. I was like, there's no next. Get that straight. And he said, why did you have a boy and a girl? I was like, you don't really go and pick them. So we had that really interesting conversation at the dinner table. But he was just chatting away, and he was asking, like, me and him have the same mole. And then we was talking about how we have the same eyes. Luke, his eyes, they change colour. So one minute they're green, one minute they're blue. And they change. It's really interesting. But I have brown eyes, and both the kids have brown eyes. And we was chatting about that. We was chatting about our grandparents, we were talking about our parents, we were just talking it, and I just sat there and I was like, how fascinating. Luke's like, what? I was like, honestly, how incredible. of all the moments, all the atoms, you think about all the thousands of eggs and sperm, how we come. We are here. Like millions. All these millions of moments, millions of atoms, millions of everything. And millions of the scientific bit of the egg and the sperm and all of that. And we come from that, though, like that one moment, that one split second of these tiny little atoms, and we come from that. Like, I'm sorry, it's fucking incredible. And I just sat there and I just looking at Oliver, and he was looking at me, and I was like, wow, I'm so grateful to be here in this moment talking about this while we're eating dinner. This is what life's about. And I honestly had chills, and I just felt this such gratitude in my heart. I just thought, fucking hell, like, it really puts things into perspective for you. Like, regardless of anything, no matter what's going on in your life right now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, no matter what's going on in your life right now, doesn't matter. You're here. You are here. Think of the instances that had to have happened for you to be here right now. For you to just be here, just to come onto this earth. Like, there's people out there that want to live another day, and they go to sleep and they want to wake up and take another breath, but they don't. And I know it's a lot, but it's the truth. And we're out here, fucking hell, we're out here going at the speed of light, not appreciating our lives and not appreciating what we have done, not appreciating the fact that we're here, not appreciating what's around us, who's around us. We are so consumed by outside fucking noise that we just lose sight of all of that. And honestly, at the weekend, it just hit me like a fucking ton of bricks, and I was like, wow, I'm here right now, and I have my 2 children who I didn't think I'd have at one point in my life. I remember crying in the arms of Luke, just saying I'm never going to be a mum. But I have 2 children now, and they're growing up so quick, and I'm here on this earth. Like, I'm here, healthy. I get to go outside, take a breath. I get to walk where I want to. I get to do, what I want. And even when you think about it like that there's people out there, even like that are confined to maybe a hospital bed and staring at grey fucking ceiling all day, that haven't felt the fucking sun on their skin for months. It's those things. You just lose sight of everything because you're getting so caught up in external factors. Like, I know if you're listening to this right now and you might be going through a really hard time in your life, I know. I promise you, I know. I have been there with you where everything feels like shit. Nothing's going right. But I promise you, if you lay in your bed tonight and you in your head list some gratitudes, it could be the roof over your head, the fact you ate today, the water you drink, the water you wash your clothes with, the water you bathe in. It could be, if you have children, your children. If it's your partner, your family, whatever. If you're in a space where you don't have that right now, I promise you, you will find gratitude. There is gratitude everywhere, and I promise you this now, and this is a hard pill to fucking swallow, but when you swallow it, fuck me, it just opens your eyes a bit, and it makes you feel so grateful for everything. There is always someone 10 steps the other side who was looking at you, wishing they had everything you had. And I promise you, even if you feel like you're at rock fucking bottom right now, someone's looking at you thinking, I wish I had that. When I couldn't hold a baby and I couldn't carry a baby and it just wasn't working and I was going through all that grief, all that loss, I would look at someone who has a baby, and they might be somebody who is a single parent, not by choice, not sleeping at night. Maybe their baby, they're stressed out, they're struggling to make ends meet, and they're with work and nursery and childcare, and they feel stressed, they feel overwhelmed. But I would look at them and think, you have everything I want, with even the negative stuff. Everything I fucking want, you have. So please just start opening your fucking eyes to what you have. Stop concentrating on what you don't have. Stop trying to keep up. Stop trying to run and run and run and run. Fucking take a breath and take it back to you. In here, in your heart, in your soul. What the fuck are you doing? What do you want in your life? because you running, moving the goalpost and making yourself feel like shit every day because you don't feel like you're keeping up with who? The next sale, the next launch, the next thing, you know, we stop one thing, we're on to next, and I'm fucking guilty of this. I'm not literally slapping you in the face and be like, haha, I'm perfect. Like, I fucking do it too. I do it too. But this shit's got to stop, because you're never going to feel fulfilled. You're never going to feel great. And one day you're going to look back at this fucking moment right now of your life that you're in, and you're going to wonder, what the fuck? I had everything then and I didn't appreciate it. One day you'll be old and you'll be like, why didn't I appreciate that more? Isn't it just crazy how we get so caught up in everything and we don't just sit and think, fucking hell, isn't it just amazing that we're here? We got chosen out of millions and millions of possibilities to live out this one chaotic, beautiful, messy fucking life. And we get to be here to live it and experience it. That's what it's about. Let's redefine success together. What if the success isn't the car, isn't the house, isn't the awards, but the peace you feel when you actually are able to slow down and enjoy what you've built? Like, actually enjoy it rather than just fucking keep pushing. Like, I'm rewiring my brain in the now, right now, to stop looking at chasing outside. It's not outside validation, because I have got past that, but it's the outside factors, the external shit. I really sat at the weekend and I was like, what am I doing that for? Like, where's that coming from? Why can't I just sit and enjoy what I've built and just have a moment? And I do believe, like I said earlier, there is a trauma response. There is some sort of wiring there, which I am going to unpick and I am going to dive into. But that's what I'm really trying to understand right now, is like, why? Like, my dad says it to me all the time. He's so proud. He can't understand it. He's like, why? Why don't you just sit and enjoy? I'm so confused. Why? And I can't answer that question. I actually can't answer your question, Michael. I'm really sorry. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. Why can't I just slow down? I don't know. And like, me and Luke have had a conversation recently about me potentially coming over into his business and helping him with a few things. And he's like, I don't know, bro. He's like, you're just too driven. I'm like, but where do you draw the line of being driven to build and dedicated and disciplined, and then drawing the line where it's too much, where you're just so driven that you're actually fucking missing out on life and you're missing a lot of fucking stuff. So I actually made a decision over the weekend that I'm now claiming back my weekends for me and my family. So I'm not working weekends anymore. And I'm also, for the first time since ever having my businesses, is Christmas, I'm taking the time off. Last year we went to Disneyland. Anyone that's been, it's full on. It's the most beautiful, magical time, and I have been again, and I do want to go again. I am becoming that Disney adult, so don't judge me. I went last year. We went for Christmas. We went up to Christmas Eve, and we stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, which, fuck me, was like a huge moment for me. And if I'm honest, I didn't soak that in. I did not appreciate that as much as I should have. And that's me being honest, because do you know what I did? I took my work phone. I was answering DMs in between the queues. I was answering DMs at the room. I was posting. I was working. I was on my stories. I was pushing. When actually, why the fuck was I just not present in that moment? Like, why was I not present in that moment? That's where I'm really trying to be better and do better and be more present, because as much as I feel I'm present, actually when I dissect it, but that's because there is a part of me that feels a need to fucking keep going. But why? I'm allowed to rest. I'm allowed to have time off. I preach this to my girls all the time. We're allowed to have time off. But why do I feel guilty for rest? And that's what I'm trying to dip into. So yes, I've made that decision and I'm working on it, and I encourage you to do it with me. So I've written down some tips for shifting out of hustle. So I need you to redefine productive. This is exactly what I did this weekend. Being present counts too. Pouring into you, being present in whatever you're doing, even if you're just present on your own, even if you are meditating or reading a book or colouring in your colouring book, just fucking be present in that moment. If it's with your family, be present and really enjoy that moment, because that's why you work hard. That's why you do this. You do this for freedom. You do this to have time with your kids and your family and your friends, whoever, and your partner or your pets, whatever. Fucking hell, like, we need to wake up. We seriously all need a slap in the face, me included. We need to wake up. Being present is okay. That is still productive because you're pouring into you. Setting boundaries with guilt-free fucking joy. Set boundaries. I spoke about boundaries before, but you need boundaries. Like, you're not lazy. You're fucking living. Set them boundaries unapologetically. Because you are you and you are a human being and you need to pour into you. You cannot pour to anyone else if you're fucked. If you're literally fucked, you can't do it. Celebrate stillness. If your peace feels boring, and this is another thing, I'm someone I've very much always had to be very stimulated because my brain's very chaotic, as we fucking know. I'm trying to train my brain now to really just, it's okay to be bored. It's okay to be in peace. I think in this day and age, we just cannot stand to be bored, but it's okay. It's probably healing you. Practice gratitude daily. You know me. We practice our gratitudes every fucking day here, Zellin. I write mine out every fucking day. It is life-changing. I know you might think I'm a bit woo-woo with me fucking gratitudes. The more you count your blessings, the more blessings you have to count. And it's so fucking true. So if you don't do anything else, just practice gratitude. Even if you do it for 2 minutes or do it when you're laying in bed, your eyes are closed, just count your blessings. So I literally built a business to give me freedom, and I had to have a reminder, and sometimes still need a reminder that the freedom isn't in the inbox. The freedom is in the moments we're rushing through whilst we're pushing the fucking goalpost further and further away. Let's do your Healing Girl homework, inspired by my Sunday night dinner. Tonight, when you sit down to eat your dinner, put the fucking phone away. This is something I do every night now. No phones at the dinner table. We all sit together and we talk. Look around. The people, if you live on your own, you can still fucking do this. The warmth, the life you've created, everything you once prayed for. Because even if you're at the start of your journey, the fact that you might be like, Amy, how the fuck can I do that? Like, I live on my own. Just started a business, I'm working a 9 to 5, I'm doing night shifts, I'm having me fucking dinner and the breakfast, like what the fuck, how can I do it? I'm gonna stop you right there. You, a year ago, would have dreamt to be starting your own business, and you're right here now doing it. You might be someone who's like, I've just come out of a relationship. Right, okay, there's a reason why you've come out of that relationship. It's a lesson or a blessing, and normally it's both, darling. And there is a reason why you've come out of it. You, however many times ago, would have prayed for you to be happy and be healing and live your authentic life. And that's what you're doing right now. It doesn't feel like it, I know. But this is where I really want you to get deep into it. It doesn't matter what situation you're in your life. And I know you might look at me and roll your fucking eyes right now. And please do. Enjoy. But I'm telling you now, you do this shit. This is what changes you. I don't get fucking messages in my inbox every week of women that are growing and changing their brain chemistry and healing fucking shit that they have held for years and years and years for no reason. There's no coincidence, darling. It's because they do this shit. It's because they listen and they implement. So before you roll your eyes at me and say, Amy, how can I do this? You're going to do it. You will find something. That's your fucking Healing Go homework. It's to find one thing you're grateful for and enjoy it at your dinner table. All right? Really embrace the warmth of that. And it could even be that you've got a fucking meal in front of you and you're eating. How many people can't do that? How many people would literally do anything for a hot meal to eat? You don't need to earn your fucking rest, and you don't need to prove your worth to anybody, especially your goddamn self, because I know a lot of you are toxic like me, and that's what you're trying to do. You're not falling behind because you chose to slow down. You're finally living. Take the fucking walk. eat the fucking dinner, drink the fucking water, kiss those babies goodnight. Enjoy every fucking moment of the life you live right now, even if it feels dark. Find your light and hold on to it and cherish it and fucking soak it all in. Because bitch, you can. So as always, if this episode cracks something open inside of you, then please share this. It really helps get this podcast out there. So share on your stories, share on your social media, share it in your group chat, tag me, message me, let me know what you've taken from this episode. Chat to me. My DMs are always open. I do mean that with my whole heart. Rate, like, subscribe, you know the drill. Fuck me, whatever platform you're watching or listening on this to, please rate this episode. Help a bitch out. And I really just want this podcast to help as many women as possible, and it lights me up when I get messages from women that are healing, they are seeing changes. As always, I'm proud of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you, bye.